Michelle, we are here for another episode of Before the Snap, and we have a fresh set of polls from the College Football Playoff Committee. Let's go over them real quick as we have Alabama at number 1, Notre Dame at number 2, Clemson at number 3, with Ohio State rounding out the 4 teams in the College Football Playoff Tournament, with Texas A&M and Florida just outside. But we need to talk about one of these teams in the top 4 being Ohio State and how they could cause major chaos in the college football playoffs if they miss one more game due to COVID.
Right. So at this point, Ohio State is 4-0 and has 2 games left on its schedule because of a couple cancellations this season. And so it needs 6 games to play to be eligible in the Big Ten championship game. So if one of these upcoming games against Michigan State this weekend or Michigan next weekend, if they get canceled, Ohio State won't meet the Big Ten's threshold for playing 6 games and being eligible in the Big Ten championship game, which, as we know, the College Football Playoff Committee values conference champions. And so if Ohio State doesn't play 6 games this season, it will not be eligible for the Big Ten championship game.
All right, so if we're looking at a possible scenario where Ohio State is not the Big Ten champions, what is that going to look like for the college football playoff bracket?
Things could get complicated even more so depending on what happens with Ohio State if it's not eligible for this conference title. In the ACC, they have 2 teams in the top 4, Clemson and Notre Dame. They're expected to play each other in the ACC title game, and if Clemson wins that game, it seems likely that both of those teams will make the playoff because they're top 4 teams and their only loss is to each other. On the SEC side of things, it's looking like Alabama and Florida are headed for the SEC championship game. And in that situation, if Florida were to win and then would presumably be in the college football playoff as a conference champion, then the playoff committee would have to weigh whether or not a one-loss Alabama team who's played significantly more games than Ohio State should get a playoff spot over Ohio State, even if the Buckeyes are undefeated at that point. It just seems really challenging to try and compare a team that's maybe played at most 6 games versus a team that's played 10 games. I don't know how you evaluate that, but these are additional complications and problems that happen when you're playing college football during a pandemic.
Yeah, and as of today, December 2nd, Ohio State is still scheduled to play Michigan State. But as we saw last week, this game could get canceled 24 hours before kickoff. So we won't really know until towards the end of the week or before they are scheduled to play if this game will go on or not.
Yeah, as you recall, the Ohio State-Illinois game was canceled Friday night right before they were scheduled to play Saturday. So we really don't know. You just have to hope that these teams and programs are doing the best that they can to protect their players and their health, because that's really what matters most. And if games get canceled, games get canceled.
Thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. And before you go, can you do 2 quick favors for me? First, hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll get an alert every time we have a new video, and then you can push aside whatever you're doing and watch more fun sports content. Also, you can check us out on our website, which is a cool place to hang out and read about sports. So thank you, and go sports!